Good morning, guys. Welcome, FYI family. Welcome to FYI. Good to have all of you on the live this morning, wherever you're joining us from. We got a half cup, little warm at our end, half cup of black coffee. Good to have you folks shaking my sleeves down. How are you folks doing this third day of January? How are you folks coping? 2025. Happy to be alive. Grateful to be here with you folks every morning. It's a privilege, guys. It's a privilege. Great to see you folks. All of you who are joining us, jumping in the comment section. Pretty Militia, we see you there. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Do us that grand favor. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Good to be here with you for another 45 minutes or so. What more than that you need? Get you guys up to speed. You know, some of y'all. Hold on, let me wait for some more to gather before I make this accusation. Before I label you all. Keyboard Hope. Good to have you. Good to have you with us. Grateful to have you with us. And all the other folks joining us. It's a privilege, folks. It's a privilege to be here with you. All right, how are we looking? Tubers. Dolly Anderson. Dolly Anderson and the fellow tubers. Lynette Finance. Good to have all of you with us. Those of you who are here in Guyana, we got some folks from the diaspora visiting. Come for the 100,000 cash grant. Come home for Christmas just for the 100,000. I'm happy about that. It's your money. That's your money. Curtis McKenzie, thanks for that. Those kind words. Curtis says, keep it up. So grateful for that. We were in New Amsterdam yesterday and we heard so much of that. Keep the work going. Keep it up. Was in Linden the day before. A woman brought her husband. She said, this guy here is a fanatic. I can make the accusations now. Some of y'all know y'all are political junkies. Y'all just don't want to admit it. Y'all know in your own right, y'all are some political activists. Perhaps longer than I have been at it. You're always in the issues. Always in it. Right? Always in it. But good to have you with us. Naomi is up this morning, wanting to know who wake up the man that can wear short pants, can't talk. You're calling him, I can whistle. Lyndon Gill, Horace Calder. Horace, how are you doing? Sion Gonzalez, Rena Marks, Colt Providence. New Year, folks. I hope you all realize we hit the ground running. I hope you all realize it. On the 31st, we were in Region 3. We went to Klein, Podroin. We were in Ilfan Backyard, Lenora. By the 2nd, we were in Linden. By the 3rd, where will we be today? All we were endeavoring to do is to bring you guys valid and credible information. We don't look to see anybody else doing. We just want to get our own style. We just want to get our own styling. Can't style a stylist. Onyx Duncan, good morning to you. Onyx, good to see you on the live this morning. Here's my family. Onyx, good to have you on the live this morning. Marvel Shots, good to see you as well. And Dolly and all of you beautiful folks for joining us this morning. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. Right? You know, invariably, like I said, in Barbados and Linden, you meet people, and sometimes when you meet people, they want their own in the ring. They want their own FYI, one-on-one. You know, one-on-one. People don't realize you're actually on the ground here working to bring the valid and credible information to everybody. Oh, and people got some issues, people got some concerns. But I'm so thankful for all of you. Right? Thankful to all of you. Coral says I'm a celeb. Celeb, Coral. None of it. No. I just haven't been the one to push out front. I said, go and take fire. Go and throw stones. You know, pelt stones with a little slingshot. Them boys over so say, with a bazooka and the AK. You all hear the VPC coming top this year. He said tougher this year. I'm gonna be worse this year. Heard him say that? I'm gonna be worse this year. We understand it. We understand it. We understand it. We understand it. All lions sensing their end, the African proverb says. All lions sensing their end. They are the fiercest. He said, I watch this year. This big head ball, head full. I've watched this year. All right. All right, Batman. BG. Fourth, I got a new cup during this Christmas season. We're still in Christmas, right? Till the 6th. You all said. I thought it was going till about the 15th, 18th. You all said the 6th. And the 12 days of Christmas. The 6th. Got a cup. Bam. Beautiful cup. This cup came a long way. Long way. British Airways is coming. Is which one left the people stranded there? Which one left the folks stranded? Folks, we're delighted to have all of you. You know, I met another woman in Linden. These are the things that really carry us through. You know, sometimes if you wait for a good job from your colleagues, you wait a long time. You wait a long time. People in the trenches with every day. Them is the ones you gotta watch yourself with. That's the ones you gotta watch yourself with. Beautiful woman came up to me. She's a pensioner. She said, I meet the 65 pension at the first one. She looks sprightly. She looked 40, 45 easily. She was so energized. You know? I like people like that. Nothing can get them down. Done a daily. I hate you know, some people, we call them victims. Everybody bother them. Everything bother them. The world revolves around. Everything is about them. She in London get to she. Cash granting ready? When did it come? She was bouncing. Right? She said, boy, use my newspaper, use my television, use my Sony, use my Samsung, use my Galaxy, according to one neighbor I had. You know that? Galaxy. Use my Galaxy. Right? She said, boy, I ain't even get the cash granted yet. But take this little thing here for the program. She said, you is my everything. I said, yeah. Just the way we want it. Lil Finance, thanks for the thing. Thanks for the thing, Thank you so much, Lynette. Thank you so much. Happy to have you guys here with us. Another morning we here, talking we own things. All right. Happy to have you folks here with us. Let's get into a couple of things. Y'all come here to hear me old stories, the Trini say. You all come to hear me old talk. I think we actually have a couple of things if we could actually find the mechanism. Decided to go, here it is. I'll put on the glasses. Gonna find the mechanism. I see the Honorable MP, Nima Flubas, on with us this morning. It's a privilege, Nima. Good to have you here. Happy New Year to you, the family, the constituency. Nima represents a very, very important constituency in the East Bank there. Always underground, moving. Hope to move with her a little bit this year. I can pick up my phone now when you call MP. I forgive you. I forgive you. I pick up my phone this year. So I got this beautiful cup. So I gotta alternate them now. Gotta alternate them. Nice. Beautiful. My S in it. Super. Not a charade. Super. Boarding folks. Gonna have all of you on with us. Yeah. One is a technology. One is a technology. I'm just flinging something here. Where you come from now? This is over here now. This is just a play. Then counter what you mean. Thanks for being here with us, folks. All right. Thanks for being here with us. Hallelujah, anyhow. Never let your troubles get you down. When life trials come your way, what you gonna do? You hold your head and ball? Folks, good to have all of you with us this morning. We got a couple for the counters, right? For the counters, we got a couple. We ain't promising you 15. Might go higher, might be lower. 15 things instantaneously. Who no? Instantaneously. Give you all 15 things this morning. Instantaneously. That's what we're doing. 3 months later, can't catch myself. Can't catch me. This government, I try to be objective. Trying to create something here that people can say is fairly balanced. Juliet, Michael, Happy New Year to you too. Magnet Barrow can say fairly balanced. I know people get upset with us. I ain't want to hear it, Jack Dio. I ain't want to see. Bald head, big head. I ain't want to see them. Well, this is a political landscape. This is a political landscape. You gotta know what the enemy doing. You gotta know what they're saying. You gotta know the schemes they're devising. And them boys coming big this year. Marlon Jacobs, if you believe this upcoming election is gonna be any walkover, if you believe that Aubrey is gonna just go and them boys hand over the keys to Shivna Ranch and Paul Drive and say, all right. You better got some fight down inside you. Not only got some fight down there, you better got some reserves too. You better got some reserves. Down in there. Might see them by cut the internet, black we out, do all manner of things. Pace yourselves. Pace yourselves. You know, pace yourself. I saw a name just now, Henry. How many Henry? Promise me doers, which reminded me. Saw a beautiful young lady. Where was I? Somewhere gallivanting. And she said, Sherrod, you remember me? Look at the face. I said, remind me. Remind me. You know? I ain't take my ginkgo biloba today. Ginkgo's a memory, right? I ate my pumpkin. Remind me. She said, the Henry boys, the sister. I said, wow. Give her a big hug. I said, Lord, preserve this family. No stone unturned, instantaneously. You can take them boys at the word. No stone unturned, instantaneously. Yes, there you heard Jack, you're abusing out. Oh, they're trying to turn a lot of Afro-Guyanese away from us. They're trying to turn a lot of Afro-Guyanese away from us. Right. Look what I said about these guys who we give the Bamia school to. Look what it said about them. They try to vilify Afro-Guyanese who support us. Like the Cross Trishan, Chase Green, they try to vilify them. Were we wrong about Bamia? I may have missed something, but were we wrong about the competency? I think persons were universal when they said, these guys have done fantastic for entertainment. Maybe the star pitch, I don't know. Maybe the waiting, I don't know. Cartel coming. I don't know. They've served that industry well. But see this building things, physical things, and so on. Hold up. Hold up. He said, look how they abuse them boys down. We see things. Bamia school building for the last 5 years, it hand over yet? Were we wrong? There's a master class of an editorial. I just got you to think at all these fancy things for y'all. You know? All these fancy things. There's a master class of an editorial in today's Stabrook. Master class of an editorial in Stabrook News today. The header for this editorial is Human Dignity in the Cash Grant Program. Human dignity in the scam grant, the crash grant. Human dignity. Look how this thing crash up. As a man would say, it has occurred to me. You see big projects in them? Skeldon Sugar Factory, one laptop per family, the fiber optic cable, a mile of falls, big projects and them. And so when I heard Jack Dio ranting and raving yesterday about what people have been saying about the gas to energy, the GTE, the gas to shore, better known as project, it is like these criticisms are unfounded. It's like he don't have a track record, like he don't have questions to answer. Behind all of these big projects, you will see Jagdio. Big failed projects. Look how they've mucked up CGIA. I think we ought to take Chetty Jagan's name off of that. Man must be turning in his grave. This is the longest building ugly airport in the world. The longest building ugly airport in the world. And I don't want him to spin what I say about Chetty Jagan. I'm saying we should have something better befitting any president who has led this country. Any president. Longest building ugly airport in the world. And I know you guys out there, thank you, Loretta, for that contribution via YouTube. I see you, Loretta. Thanks for helping us start the year on a positive note. Thank you so much. Yeah, as I said, he got a track record. Big projects and them, big projects for the PVP means thief. Means thief. He is so upset. He is so angry. All the detractors. And then he says, I'm coming worse this year. For my political foes, my detractors are coming harder this year. Tougher. I give you the header for the editorial in Sabbath News. Human dignity in the crash grant program. I think Sabbath News editorial is open. It's an open, you can read it for free. But I'll just give you the final paragraph, which we found quite interesting. Prioritizing human dignity in the rollout of the cash grant program has implications far beyond benefits of financial relief. It has implications far beyond that. The success of the cash grant program should not be measured solely by the number of grants distributed or the speed of the implementation. But listen to this now. But rather, its ability to respect and uplift every citizen. Respect and uplift every citizen, demonstrating that economic prosperity is not just about wealth, but about improving individuals. That's a high bar for the PVP. That is a high bar for the PPP. High bar. So when it was never meant to, they don't design that to do it. To do what Sabbath News is articulating there. They didn't design it to do that. To be all those, this is just raw, naked politics. Optics politics. Optic politics. You got to see these. We didn't warn you. We didn't warn you. Politics. That's what we're going for. Optics. And we've been on the ground. We got a fair sampling like that of how this thing has been going down. You know, we've seen Linden, we've seen Region 10, some of it, some of Region 3, some of Region 4, some of Region 5 and 6 just yesterday. And it's the same complaints that repeat themselves time and again. Same complaints. Yesterday, in the PPP's press conference, Jaguar took aim at some of the workers distributing the grant. He says them, they were work. And he said, I don't like how they're treating. You'll forgive me, I don't know. I think it's the AC, I don't know. Heavy AC. He said, I don't like the people. How they carry on. Take a look. Take a listen, somebody said.
I'm sorry for what took place in New Amsterdam. It should have never happened. We made it clear that we haven't started the registration in the 5 remaining areas. In the new year, just in the next couple of weeks' time or a week's time, we'll start in the regions 2, 3, 5, 6, and 10. We'll start soon. There was miscommunication about what this additional registration was for. Was miscommunication, and you had some crooked people also spread some lies about it. Some of the same APNU people, I tracked down a few of them who were spreading the lies to create more confusion, but should have never happened. We should have had a better system immediately. I spoke with Ashni Singh about it, that when people started gathering up, that someone should have taken leadership and come out and say, please, it's only for these. Some of the technical people we put to administer this too, I think they begrudge the people getting their money. They just operate like they hand them the checks in a fashion. I get some things, like they're not happy with people getting the money, or that they have to work so hard. Some of them are working maybe harder than they ever worked in their whole lives now, handing out these checks and doing this stuff. They just sit in some ministry, some of the people. Some work very hard and some are just totally useless. They make air free. They like old people come in, they can just go and say, help them quickly and get their stuff off. They just run people all around the place. And that's why with the pensioner stuff, we said the checks will be in these offices. Don't rush. It will be up to a certain date. Beyond that date, we'll try to get it closer to your communities. If you can't make it there to come and collect the checks, we'll try to come to your communities and deliver the checks to the pensioners. But it should not have happened. And I'm really sorry that the people in Berbice had to experience what they did.
Yeah. You heard it there, folks. Number one, here's the problem. Totally useless. Here's the problem. Let me look around like them for confirmation. Here's the problem. Here he says, doesn't understand why somebody couldn't take leadership and go and explain. Because everything will come through him. Vindia to go out there and talk to the people who are at the Ministry of Social Services in Linden. She got to get clearance from him. I am quite surprised. Quite surprised. Total confusion in the system. And they're just standing and watching on. I'm saying is the people who they have given basket to fetch water. The hard-working staff at NIS already got their own workload, and now they just throw this on them. He is totally useless. Why not give the pensioners the cash grant when they're collecting a pension? How about that for a novel idea? Totally useless, he says. How about that for novel? You're totally useless. You all have a monthly interaction with the pensioners. A monthly interaction with them. So they abandon the post office system. They abandon it. You create a totally different system. These people are already on a list. You gotta go and sign up now. Have the pictures taken 10 times. Suffer all kinds of indignities. You could see some of these people served their country, did their best. Should be somewhere reclining, taking it easy. You see people being fetched out of vehicles. People ambling in. One for dollar, they're at that age and stage in their life. One for dollar. You gotta stand up in a line for hours. And he said, oh, we can bring it close to you. You think people who under these ailments wouldn't want to wait if they know that the system was that efficient? I can't even come to it. You can bring it to me. You think if everything is nice and these pensioners bag the good, they be suffering these indignities that Starbuck Newt in this editorial spoke about? They would not be suffering these indignities. They would not. But things are rough and tough in this country. And so people need every cent. People need every cent. The 100,000 ain't gonna last a whole month. But people know it can come and full of teeth, a teeth hole. People know it's gonna come and full of teeth hole, so they go for it. It's their money. They make it feel as though they're doing you a favor, giving you this check grant, giving you this check. You gotta now take a check, go to another line at some bank. Suffer more indignities. By the time that check finish with you, how much thing you got buy? You got buy your ginkgo. You got buy your blood pressure things. You gotta go back to the doctor for full checkup. You need a little mini vacation. 3-4 days you're in the line running back and forth. Take it easy now. I recommend the editorial in Starbuck News today as recommended reading, required reading, required reading. You all touch base with the editorial. Starbuck News today. Human dignity in the crash grant program. Human dignity. Right. It's missing and absent. Absent. You know what it is? You have to see these big people. And all of us get in there, some of us not there as yet. You gotta be jostling. You gotta be jostling. Jostling. That morning when I saw that man cutting that thing out, those numbers that breakdown. And those big people running for number. Some of them summoning the last of the energy for the day. That indignity. I almost became the news, honestly. And you all know I wear a dual hat, presenting this program, these programs, and as a member of parliament. And that's the first thing Freedom House can say. Apnu AFC, whatever it is, personality. That's the first label. Beats up man, or assaults. They call him man out share anything I see the citizen. So only I can be the problem. Apnu AFC. Big people running. Thinking about the thing now, hurting again. Hurting again. This is an indignity grant. That's what it is. It's an indignity grant. So in Prague worse. If she's equal to Nigel Darmlal in temperament, she's worse. 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 Worse than him. Every year, local government bodies get a subvention. We're in the new year, she said, City Hall got half. This is allocated in the budget. Brenda, when budget pass? Andrew Griffith, when budget pass? Latest, second week in March 2024. That budget was passed. So let's say March 2024. That budget was passed. 30 million subvention for City Hall. She said City Hall get half. $18 million for Linden. She said I get some of it. Because they have not submitted a work plan. That's what she said. They have not submitted their work plan. Now, when she said that, I said, I gotta talk to His Worship. His Worship, Sharma Solomon. I gotta talk to Sharma to find out what was happening. Then submit the work plan. They have not. But then we picked up the news source reporting on this. We picked up news source reporting on this. A news source beat us to the punch. News source says they spoke with Lord Mayor Solomon on the council's work plan, and according to news source reporting on what Solomon said, he says the council, listen to this, listen to me. He said the council work plan was denied twice. He said twice. The forgive us. Forgive us. He said twice the work plan was denied. Twice. He said he wanted to buy a generator set. You see, when you want to do business in this country, you gotta get your own power supply. That's what we want to do. So what's ahead of us? We want to get our own power supply. They deny that. They deny that. And then I think he said that they put in for they wanted a generation system for the administrative building. Denied. Another proposal was made for the purchase of a mini excavator and road building materials. That work plan was denied. So they talk half and she left half. That cannot be a good public official. She said, Lyndon has not submitted his work plan as yet. Has not submitted his work plan as yet. And then I saw Keandre Board jump on that from Anug. Pim Pim. Right. He like a set of people. They just hear one thing, they run with that. I see he shared something on social media with this work plan that has not been submitted by Lyndon. So they submit a work plan for a generation system for the administrative building. Denied. Mini excavator, road building materials. Denied. Then, according to news source, Sharma Solomon, Mayor of Lyndon, he says now they're in the process of looking at another plan. Another plan. No, I thought this would be a good way to do it. If Sonia was interested in good governance, and if they're really working for the development of Lyndon, towns and regions, villages and hamlets, if they're working for that, maybe as against allowing what, 10 months to elapse, you say to the municipality, let us work with you. Here is what maybe you should be. Even though you shouldn't be dictating to the municipality what they should be spending their subvention on, it has to come from the felt needs of the community. You deny the generation system. You deny the mini excavator. What you want then? That's the point I'm making. You tell me what you want. You tell me what you want. Because we don't seem to know what you want. So you tell us, maybe. Or let us tell you what we're looking for. Then I hear her saying, oh, they're pressuring the town clerk. They're pressuring the town clerk. They're pressuring the town clerk. Disingenuous. Disingenuous. History gonna be harsh on them. History gonna be harsh on them. You can imagine 75 years of this. History gonna be harsh on them. That budget was passed in March 2024. Folks, how can you look after the needs of people in a system like this? If people are waiting for services, how are you going to advance a country with the Sonia Parag mentality? With this PPP mentality? Remember, in that same budget, the parliamentary opposition joined with the government and approved $7-8 billion as tax relief measures. It's now they're spending this money as part of this cash grant business. Since March, people in this country have been crying out. Cost of living going sky high. Londoners won the service. And Sonia Parag out here playing politics. This is how they stifle the work. And then these same jagabats and trench crappos will go on the ground and say, oh, the MTC, Main Town Council not working. But you're denying work plan after work plan. You're denying, but they ain't working. They haven't submitted a work plan yet. Disingenuous. 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 Talking about disingenuous. I drink this little cold coffee. Let's drink this little cold coffee. I see Christopher Chichester says, control freaks. Don't live for the ism. Don't live for the ism. Folks, we see quite a few of you watching us this morning. Why don't you smash that emoji button for us? Huh? Kunta Kenta Jinga. Why don't you smash that emoji button for us? Audrey Milo. Coffee tea, Milo tea. Hundreds of you watching us. 35 of you alone. Touch the emoji, but like we vex you all today, boy. Or as the big people say, when you don't say good morning and mind your manners, like we wake up in the same bed. Like we get up in the same bed. Somebody ever do that to you? You feel like a sentence? You don't say morning and you just rush into the conversation. Like we wake up in the same bed. Like we wake up. Disingenuous, Evan. Disingenuous. Since they come in every week, since August 2nd, 2020, soon, we're appointing the substantive Chief Justice and Chancellor of the Judiciary soon. Instantaneously, soon. Promptly, soon. We're going on 5 years now. I am 4 years, going on 5 years. Soon. Soon, man, soon. Why all the troubles in this country got certain texture? Why all these setbacks and shortcomings in this country got a certain complexion? Why is that? Disingenuous. And if of these two ladies, anybody they could say fear, they're gonna give the Chief Justice a props. This lady has decided more cases that benefit them, perhaps more than anybody else ever sitting on the bench. Single-handedly. Single-handedly. The Honorable Chief Justice, single-handedly, she's probably responsible for them being up. Single-handedly. Some of you think that if you bow down, you spread out your cash grandson like a fan, and you should thank them for they're gonna like you. Some of y'all think y'all bringing carry news behind the scenes. Huh? If you join them, they're gonna be kind to you. And I am not ascribing any of that, by the way, to the Honorable Chief Justice. She read the law and in her own deliberate judgment made her rulings. Made her rulings. The point I'm making is that nothing you could ever do would make the Spirit take you. If the Spirit can take you, nothing you could ever do or say. So in his end of year press conference, Irfan was asked the same question again. When could we see the appointment? It's mumbo jumbo. I ain't even put a cross stitch to your plate. Mumbo jumbo. Shifting time post. It was when the Judicial Service Commission is put in place. We got to deal with that first. It's in place a little while now. Disingenuous. How you could do business with people like this? Who you can't trust? Who would stifle your development and progress like Sonia's trying to stifle Linden? How you gonna do business with people like that? How? I heard Jack Dio recently talking about promotions must be fair and on merit. People must be hardworking. Then why these women are being promoted? Huh? Why? What do you forget to mention is party card? Party card. I say this without apologies. If these two honorable women were of a different hue, gone clear. Gone clear. And what is happening to them is what happened to White Ned. What is happening to them is what happened to White Ned. Is what happened to Marcel. You're good for time. You must train up them, train them. Give your knowledge to, and then when you do that, 1, 2, 3, out you go. 1, 2, 3, out you go. I saw them use some permanent secretaries when they came in. I saw them use some permanent secretaries. I was at a ministry with one. Oh, she crashed her eye, she that, she tea. You doing the government work. You can't get gasoline. Couldn't even get my gratuity. I said, PS, I've worked, I need my gratuity. Signed off on it already, you know. The minister signed off on it. She said, Mr. Duncan, I want to raise this matter now. with them. Because you want staying good. Mr. Duncan, I want raise this issue now. Gosh, in the back office right now, licking the envelope and stamping. You want staying good. You don't matter who else in good. Once you good. Once you good. I see too much in the last 5 years to believe this government fair. To believe this is a one Guyana. If these women were of a different hue and texture, gone clear. Gone clear. Gone clear. I said it. Fight me. Fight me. They have not said anything substantive that would say why these women have not been confirmed. They have not found a single fault. Hue, texture, and complexion. One Guyana is a wickedness, and history will be unkind to the PPP. 75 years of wickedness. 75 years of suppression, marginalization, victimization. 75 years of it. 75 years. 75 years of it. I said it. I said it. Police have announced, as we wrap up, excuse me, someone like the spray boss. The GDF announced promotions. I think over 500 of their servicemen, 525 ranks. The GDF, 525. That's what they announced. The coffee strong and the AC. Question was asked in yesterday's press conference. Big head. Police want to know when their promotion's coming. Policemen and women have been asking, when are promotions coming? They want to know. Take a look.
I can't deal with generic uneasiness because I don't know if there's uneasiness or not. So it's generic. And I suspect that every promotion season, people have expectations. They must go through a fair, proper process and based on work done. That's how I see people getting promoted. But I hope that people are treated fairly in their promotion process. This is the hope I express as General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, that people are treated fairly when promotion is decided. That's all I can say now.
Yep. Tell that to Genevieve White-Ned. Tell that to the Chancellor acting. Tell that to the Chief Justice acting fair. Work done. Tell that to them. Right? Could you imagine? Hickens just get acting commissioner. Don't get a substantive post. Don't get the substantive post. Maybe it's about how high you jump in. How high you jumping. You heard Jack New himself when the news came out that Hickens was the wedding planner, collecting money from stakeholders from Brutus's wedding. He said that is reprehensible. He said it is reprehensible. Could you imagine? Could you fathom the Chief Justice? Could you fathom the acting chancellor? Let's say Faith McGusty to get him married. She said, the acting chancellor said, but I can collect money from stakeholders for Faith wedding. You see how far gone the police force is? How out of the ordinary and in the ether they are? Could you imagine? If the Chief Justice, I going to stakeholders. Come. You gotta bring something. This girl getting married, come. Stakeholders. Somebody come with 8 million. Next thing you know, the Chief Justice renting hall, cooking food, buying dress, printing invitations, come. We got to send up this one here. Lironga go off. Liron Daly go up. Come on. Don't get vexed y'all now. Stakeholders. You understand where we are? Jack Bill said it was reprehensible. Reprehensible. Hickens is Commissioner of Police. Substantive. And these women of rectitude, cut from a different cloth. You can't find no foolishness on them. Look the work the Chief Justice acting has done during COVID, transforming this court system, bettering it. And they would deny these women. They would deny these women. But we've seen it before. We have seen it before. Many years ago, they had a set of people. You all know the whole story. They said, jail Jesus, give us Barabbas. He's a man more to be liking and thinking. Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. We got a couple of things we want to share with you, but let's end on this note. Y'all remember the shit show? Show us one good thing he can do for this police force. One good thing. One. Besides walk behind a fund. One good thing. You can attribute to Hickens that this bettered the lives of policemen and women in this country. Dion Bascom set a mouth load on the police force. Put aside what he said about President in waiting, Asruddin Mohammed. Put aside what he said about Asruddin Mohammed. put aside what he said about him. He retract what he said about the police force. And then you got Hickens' best friend. Hickens' best friend, Calvin Brutus. He said a mouthful. All this is on Clifton Watch, you know. All of this is on reprehensible actions, Clifton Hickens Watch. All of this. All of this. They're telling us that John Bascom has apologized. This is the reports for what he said about Mr. Asruddin Muhammad. And in turn, as Nigel would say, the kindly gentleman has dropped the suit. The kindly gentleman has dropped the suit. Right? You could tell Asruddin has a good heart. You could tell. It shines through. And I think that's why this New Year's message was so powerful. You know? Now got Jack Leo shaking. You know, the likes and shares, they're watching, eh? Views. That's what they're watching. Likes and share. That's what they're keen on. So they're watching it. Right? That's what they're watching keenly. Very, very keenly. Last time we saw it, that video had over sorry about that. Just the likes on it on TikTok. 40,000. That's the kind of adulation Jagdio wants for himself. He wants, when you see him, he must say, Jagdio for president. Right? Third term, fourth term. Jagdio. People saying Asruddin. People in the comments. Asruddin. You can tell he has a good heart. It comes through, you know. It comes through. People think that the higher you go, right, the easier things get, the harder it gets, the more people see you. And you can't hide. I ain't Asruddin must got some bad ways. I'm not saying that, but he got like any of us. You want about bad ways, you ask me wife about me. Whether she said is it bad ways, I agree. I am instructed to say I agree. My lawyers have advised me, counsel, I agree with what the lady says. So Bascom, from the reports, he has apologized. I was going between has and have. He has apologized. And you know, Asruddin done got his money already, so he ain't need a 50 million more. He ain't desperate. Asruddin probably done give 50 million away for the new year already. He got it like that. Right? Heard the other day, they said Asruddin that changed the money in change and full up the Escribo River, full up the Demra River, full up the Quarantine River. You could just walk. If they change the money in coins, it would fill every river in this country. You just get land, you can just drive over the Escribo River. drive over the Barbies. Full money, he said. He wasn't in it for the money, like how some people trying to make money off of you with these suits. So he said, all right, you apologize. Drop this matter. He dropped the matter. He dropped the matter. He said he dropped the suit. He dropped the suit. So before we run off, I don't know how many of you had a chance to see this yet, but this is some of what Azruddin said in this New Year's message, and then we'll show you what BJ said yesterday in his press conference. Take a quick look as we wrap.
My fellow Guyanese, as we welcome the arrival of 2025, I extend my warmest wishes for a prosperous and fulfilling New Year to each and every one of you. This moment is an opportunity to reflect on the year gone by, to celebrate our achievements, learn from our mistakes, and to apply the lessons.
All right, let me stop it there, because I remember we had some trouble when we tried to upload it to our YouTube account. We had some trouble. So let me guard against that. It's on our Facebook page, nonetheless. If you want to see it, we posted it on our Facebook page, and you can watch it in its entirety. When we were trying to upload it to our YouTube channel, we had some challenges. It was banned worldwide. I think it's the what do you call it? Copyrights. So here is what the vice president says yesterday when he was asked about a possible Azruddin Mohammed candidacy for president. And I know that folks like Naomi and so on, they love these political animals, Naomi and others.
So there are two separate things. One, I think the president addressed the US government and the sanctions. The other matter is, I don't want to speculate about who has political ambition. I'm speaking on the basis of people who've already declared an intention. Like Glenn Lal has already said he will be a presidential candidate. That is why months ago I said his paper is a political paper. He's declared that. This is a free country, and anyone can contest the elections. However, once you declare your track record, the same way we face scrutiny every single day, we have to face scrutiny over a whole range of issues fairly and unfairly. I hope people are ready to answer tough questions and they would not go off crying that they're being targeted by those questions. They wouldn't become crybabies or they're victims, because that's...
All right, so there's some of what he said for Naomi's benefit. Some of what he said yesterday, folks, on this whole issue of a possible, he said if he declares he's running, if he declares he's fair game, he is fair game. But I'll say something controversial. I'll be out of character. I'll be very out of character. I'll say something controversial. Because Birdness premises question to Big Head saying, should people with sanctions be running? Right? That's what he said. Should people with sanctions be running? Hear me out. How much indictments Trump had? I don't think I'm going to be fearful for a man who has an indictment or a sanction or two to run for anything. But the US telling me they can't run or shouldn't run. How much indictments Trump had? Rape, story. I'm trying to remember the one with Miss Carol. Was that a conviction? They had some technicality there. She sued him, and all of that. Got some big monies too. How many stories? January 6th. How many indictments? How many cases? I don't have no brief for Irfan Muhammad. I ain't got no brief from Azruddin Muhammad neither. Right? I don't have no brief for them. It's all content to me. As a content creator, it's all content. But I am not going to let the US dictate for me if one of my citizens should have my vote or not. No. No. If you all could put forward and elect some proper candidates yourself, then I'm not going to let the US dictate for me. If Azruddin could be president in my country, I'm not going to let them do that. And I would fight anybody who fighting for that. Say, oh, the manga sanctions, he shouldn't run. US sanction Trump. He can be sworn in what? 17 days. 16 days. US courts sanction Trump. He tried to overturn the will of the people. He had sexually assaulted this woman here. Look what he did over there. Look what he did in the corner there. How many cases? And not just cases. A lot of them won by the litigants who brought them. And you can tell me, that's number one. I told you I'm going to be controversial. The other thing you learn in international relations, you ain't got no friends, you ain't got no enemies. All you guys' interests. You think control all this aisle here. Tomorrow, we're dealing in hypotheticals. Y'all don't say, oh God, like he done with Harbury, done with Nigel. Relax. You think tomorrow Azruddin sit down there, Shivni Ranch and Paul Drive, sitting on this aisle, well, USA, well, we can talk with Putin. We want Azruddin the aisle. Let me talk with Putin. If them boys could talk, if Donald Trump could go and talk with Kim Jong-un, you think he got a problem with Azruddin? If Trump could go and talk to King Kim Jong-un, you think Azruddin? Y'all better wake up. Y'all got a lot of camps. That's the problem here. If we were like the Americans and we change, soon just slip up your gun, we might get a better democracy. Right? But people failing, we be going down with them. How much time Jack J must fail we before you recognize this man can't manage nothing? Just set the fluff and bluff talk. Huh? You got some young talent like Norton coming up. Young talent like Nigel Hughes, Azruddin Muhammad. And he running scared. Could you imagine if these men come together? Nice time. Y'all could imagine that? Huh? A ticket, broad ticket. Y'all tell me who's leading all of them. Me concerned with them. Let them work itself out. Everybody under this big tent. We could turn this country around. Make it a better place for generations to come. Y'all can imagine big house, big tent ticket. Whoever is president, prime minister, vice president, 40 vice president, be concerned. One big tent. Y'all could imagine that? Minister Naomi, Minister Annette, Minister Sharmila Edgil, Minister Devon, Minister within the ministry, Avril, Minister within the ministry, Don, Ambassador to Texas, Naomi. Nice time. Nice time, folks. It's going to be an interesting year. I'll give you that. It's going to be an interesting year. There's where we leave it today. It's going to be an interesting year. Abida, High Commissioner, Brazil, India, Venezuela, somewhere. Yvette, folks, got space everybody. Space everybody. I can say in the private sector, bill listing. Bill listing, valid and credible. Right? I can stay back. I can stay back in the private sector, bill listing. That being said, folks, we're going to see you guys in the next one. We're in the overtime a little bit this morning. Forgive us. Forgive us. We're feeling with strength. That being said, folks, that's the time this morning. Big 10, Big 10. Interesting year, 2025. Welcome, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe. We gone.